Hey guys, I'm your girl Kiki Soto and welcome back to Urban Girl Gardening. Today guys, we are planting our fall garlic. That's right, it's garlic time and we have to get our garlic in the ground now so that we'll have a beautiful, beautiful bounty of garlic next spring, early summer. So guys, we are in upstate New York, zone 5B. And if you are here in New York, then you have had some of the freakiest weather ever. Guys, we had our first frost in September, mid-September, okay? We were supposed to have our garlic down a month before our first frost. But usually our first frost date is between the beginning of October to the middle of October. Who would have known that mid-September we'd be down in the 30s at night? But what can you do, right? Well, today it's beautiful out, it's 81 degrees, and we're gonna have some nice weather this week and some mid-60s the next few weeks. Hi, baby. Say hi, YouTube. Some mid-60s next week, and I think that'll be enough time to get our garlic in the bed, get some roots established, and get it growing. Roots established before it goes dormant for the winter. All right, guys, let's get started. Now, first, I want to talk to you guys about the variety of garlic you should be growing. And in cold zones, what grows best for us, zones 1, 2, 5, is hardneck garlic. There's two kinds, hardneck and softneck. The softneck is the kind that you get from the grocery store. It's the kinds that most restaurants use. It usually comes from California, grows in warmer climates. In colder climates, hardnecks do better. So I got this garlic. This is German red, purple striped garlic. I got this from a local farm here, a little further south of us in the Hudson Valley. If you're going to get garlic for seed, you do not want to get garlic from the grocery store unless it's organic, meaning that it's not sprayed so that it doesn't sprout. Okay, so I got this garlic from the farm down in the Hudson Valley, and I also have more garlic on the way. It'll be here soon. I've been waiting for a while for this garlic, guys. It's the chestnut red hardneck garlic. Now the only difference in the garlics is this right here. This is the hardneck, and the bulbs are usually larger, and you usually get less bulbs than the soft neck. But in soft necks, the bulbs are usually smaller. Now the hard neck is where the garlic scapes grow out of, and those are delicious to eat as well. But if you let the garlic scapes grow, you'll have smaller bulbs. But we'll talk about that in the spring when they begin to grow. The first thing you guys need to do, I have a solution here because we want to give our garlic a head start. I have my liquid seaweed growth stimulator and some baking soda. Now, the growth stimulator is exactly what it says, the growth stimulator. You take your garlic, you break it up, you get you a bowl of water, and you take about a tablespoon of the liquid stimulator and a tablespoon of the baking soda. The baking soda, it's just an antifungal. Also helps prevent the garlic from rotting, getting bacteria and stuff like that. And you just want to break your garlic up. And you want to take the largest cloves. You see how big that is, guys? You want the largest cloves because those will give you the best results, the best heads of garlic. Now see, this I wouldn't plant. It's very small. I'll just take that inside and chop it up. And this entire bed here, guys, is going to be full of garlic. And each one of these heads of garlic, guys, is that all? Yep, that's all the garlic. Each one of these heads of garlic is going, each one of those cloves is going to give you a large head of garlic. So the more cloves you plant, the more that grow, the more heads of garlic you have. Okay, so garlic is a heavy feeder. This is our last raised bed, and I was saving this bed specifically for the garlic. It's filled, as you can see here, our garden is bare on this side. It's filled more than halfway with soil from our garden. And then, guys, I showed you before, the garden soil that I use, plus fertilizer. And we added some cow manure and compost soil. And then we also added some mushroom compost. Garlic is a heavy, 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 heavy feeder, which is why there are certain vegetables that you can't plant it next to. I also added my 10-10-10 granulated feeder. You want lots of nitrogen, and this actually has equal parts nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, your NPK. Okay, so I added a bunch of that. That's already mixed into the soil. And then at the end, over the top, we're going to add the blood meal, which is pure nitrogen as well. Okay, I also added some diatomaceous earth because this soil that's in here came from old soil that we had used earlier in the summer and soil from the garden. I didn't want to add any extra bugs and stuff like that. We don't want our garlic to rot and get eaten up before it gets a chance to grow. So guys, let's jump right into it and let's get to planting our garlic. So, you want your garlic to sit in here for about 20 minutes in the solution. Most of the garlic was sitting in there for a little while before we started, so that's fine. Now there's two ways you can plant your garlic. You can do it the trench way, where you just draw a line down, pop your garlic in, cover it up. Or you can do it the way that I'm going to do it. And I have my bamboo stick here. You can poke your holes in so you know exactly where your garlic is going to go. And I'm going to give 3 to 4 inches on both sides between each bulb. Okay? And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pop some holes in here, guys. About 4 inches. 3.5, 4 fingers apart. There we go. And now, when you plant your garlic, guys, first of all, you want to make sure that you leave as much of the skins on there. We're not eating this, we're planting it. So we want to leave the skins on here. And when you plant your garlic, you want to plant your garlic twice the size that the garlic is. You want to put it, the flat part down and the pointy part sticking up. So, I got a hole here. And I'm going to pop my garlic in. Looks like we want it a little deeper here. I'm going to pop my garlic in there. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now with the holes, I'm not going to say one strategy is easier than the other. But with the holes, you kind of know, especially if you pop all your holes, you kind of know how many cloves of garlic you can put in. Kind of get a good count. Remember guys, you want flat side down, pointy side up, because this is the side, the bottom here, this is where your roots are going to come out of. Okay? So I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to pop the garlic in. And like I said, this whole bed is going to be full of garlic. Because you know, you can store your garlic for a long time. Garlic has a long, long shelf life. So you can store your garlic through most of the winter after it grows, as long as you don't rinse it. You just let it hang and dry, and you grab it as you need it. Okay? Now, if you want to plant a lot of garlic, what I suggest is you kind of straggle it a little bit. So what I mean by that is, we got one line straight here, but then when we go to the next section, we kind of want to get it off center and in the middle. You see that? So you have more room to plant more garlic. Just off center. So it'll be like triangles, zigzags, back and forth. And 3 to 4 inches apart, guys. You don't have to plant it too far apart. That way, you plant it that way, you get more. I'm not going to put one in, it's kind of close. You get to plant more garlic and have a larger harvest come June or July, whenever your garlic is ready. But now is the time, guys, with the nice weather we're having. Look how big this clove is, guys. I thought it was 2. Look at the outside. But look, there's no crack in that. This thing is huge. So we're gonna pop this right in. Wow, that's gonna give us a large clove. But yeah, guys, we want to get this garlic in now. This weather is so unpredictable. I mean, number one, it's 2020, okay? And number two, guys, we had snow in May. So, seems like this year is just a bit unconventional anyway. So, let's just get it done, get our garlic in while we can. And then you just cover it up. Remember, you want it buried twice its height, okay? And I already moistened my raised bed. I wet the soil before I started to plant this anyway. So I'm going to continue putting my garlic in. And guys, that's just about it. It's not hard. It's one of the simplest things to do. When it gets cold, when it gets about, I say under 40 degrees at night, we're going to come back out here and we're going to mulch it. And you can use any kind of mulch you have. You can use some leaves that you have already starting to turn. You can use straw. You can even go to the pet store and get some of the beds, that the straw beds that they have for like rabbits, the pine or the cedar. And you can put that right over any dry compost that you have. You can put it right over to protect the soil throughout the winter. Okay? And that's all, guys. Now, as I told you guys earlier, I picked up this garlic from Hudson Valley, and while I was on my way down there, I stopped by a good friend of mine who has a bracelet line, a charm line, Charmed by Nanny. And we did a short interview with her while we were down there, and I am going to add that interview to the end of this video because, guys, it is so important, especially now, for us to support one another and to be there for each other while we're doing our entrepreneurial endeavors. And you know, we're trying to live in our bliss, hence me here with our YouTube channel. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, post them down in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for being there. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue planting my garlic, and you guys stick around for my interview with Charmed by Nanny. Bye. Hi guys, this is your girl Kiki Soto, Urban Girl Gardening. I'm here with my good friend Ladawn, and she makes these beautiful bracelets. I don't know if you can see. Jeremy, come zoom in, please. Look at these. Her pieces are customizable. They're beautiful. They're different. I mean, anything you want, she can make them. You want to tell us a little bit about them?
I started out just personal for myself, and a lot of my friends and family liked them, so I decided to start making bracelets. I specialize in charms. That's my key thing, charms.
And
so
they are fabulous, guys. I'm gonna leave her page, Charmed by Nanny. The link is gonna be in the description box, and also I'll post a few pictures of the other bracelets and stuff, the other jewelry that you have. She's some samples, and it's gorgeous, guys. We gotta support one another. These are beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dawn.
Thanks, honey. Appreciate
It was great to see you.
Yes.
All right, cool.
You know, I'm quite a shy girl.